Hey everyone! Welcome to Curtain Call, episode 55 or so. I just want to wish everyone still a Happy New Year if this is the first time you're tuning in. And today we'll be speaking with singer, dancer, director, actress, friend, colleague, you name it, Shaina. And I've known her since childhood. I'll tell you that in a second. But first, I just want to listen to a second of this. Anyone recognize? Yeah, so that was Shaina. We're going to bring her on the show right now. And here we go. So for those of you who don't know Shaina, you'll know her in a second. But she has won Dora's. She's, acted with many companies across Canada. Oh, there you are. I was just giving you a little bio. Hi, Shaina. Nice. We both have windows in the background. I like it.
I know.
Where are you right now?
I'm in California.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing? Wait, no, wait. Too many. I want to know everything at the same time. We'll ask what you're doing in a second, so stay tuned, everybody. Let me finish Shaina's little intro here. That was a song by Shaina band, Ghost Caravan, that you just heard. So we'll ask you more about that in a second. But just to give everyone a brief overview, Shaina's an actress and a singer, and I know you're a dancer, although it's not officially in your bio, but I know the truth. And would you say you're a director, of your series, producer, creator, inventor, everything?
Inventor,
you definitely made that up.
For this series, I was like showrunner, producer,
yeah, and superstar, and superstar. Let's just say that. Okay, so the reason I'm keeping laughing about the dancing part, just to give everyone a little quick backdrop of how on earth I know Shaina, because so many people since I posted the Shaina asset, we're like, oh my God, you know Shaina? How do you know Shaina? You know Shaina? I was like, I know Shaina forever, okay? I'm like the original.
Better than you've known.
I'm like, you don't know Shaina. I'm joking. So Shaina and I grew up folk dancing every Friday since we were very little kids, since I can remember, actually.
Yeah.
And probably since you can remember.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So both our moms are Judy, and they're both folk dancers. And Shaina's mom runs folk dancing, and my mom's an avid folk dancer. So we grew up, and you're always better than me, although I was pretty good. And I'm like, man, how's this girl better than me? I'm good. And she's even... And I was like, it's okay. If her mom's like the leader, it's okay, fine. But she's an awesome folk dancer. And I reconnected with Shaina like 5-6 years ago, I think, because we were looking for a drummer for my band, Ventanas. And I heard of Derek, and everyone's like, oh, you should see this drummer, Derek Gray. And he was playing one of your shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, staring at you. I was like, I know that. That's a folk dancing girl. I'm like, Shaina? And now you've become all these like amazing things. So let's talk about it. Where do you want to start? You want to start why you're in California?
Sure. Let's start why I'm in California. So I went to a theater school. I'm like going way back to tell you this.
Oh, yeah. Great. Love it. Love it.
Acting school at York University, and made some really great friends there. And one of the women who went, but I didn't know her very well, her name is Estrella, and she is American, and she moved out to LA, and then from there she moved to Joshua Tree. So she lives in the middle of the desert. So her friend who like lives a 2-second walk from her in the middle of the desert has this house, and he was on tour and was like, your friends can use the house for an artist retreat, or he knew that she had a couple friends. So some of my best friends were coming out here. They contacted me like 2 days before they were coming and were like, you have to come. So I booked a flight.
As one does.
This like artist retreat out in the middle of the desert. It's amazing.
You're like, sounds terrible.
Yeah, it sounds horrible. Absolutely horrible. So we like made a short film. My friends in
as one does again. As one does.
Made a doc, like, pulled some tarot and did walks in Joshua Tree National Park.
Love this.
It kind of feels like a little oasis. We're like making all this desert and away from everyone. Yeah, it's pretty
awesome. You missed the blizzard.
I know.
When we were kids, this was normal. Everyone's like, oh, snow. Like, this is normal. We used to go to folk dancing in the snow, okay? Oh my God. That's amazing. I went to Joshua Tree Park once. I went to Coachella a few years ago and met some friends and they brought me to Joshua Tree Park. It was pretty awesome.
I've never been to LA or anywhere near, and two of my best friends live here now. So we were just like, it's been a long pandemic, and three of us had already had COVID.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Well, that's awesome. Keep us posted with photos. Go check out Shaina's Instagram feed if you haven't already for some photos. Okay, so tell us also, so you went to theater school. Let's go back a little bit because I want to give like everyone a little bit of a background of like how you got to where you are. Like what kind of studies did you do? How did you, like why theater? Because I really knew you as a dancer. So what brought you to theater and singing, really, is my question.
Yeah, I mean, I still love dance, but the thing I love about dance also for now is that it's like for me now. Like I do it.
Nice. Nice.
It kind of started with my bat mitzvah, as weird as that.
What?
Yeah, because like my bat mitzvah coach was a singer. So she kind of like slid singing lessons in.
Cool. That's so cool.
Very cool.
Wait, can we tell everyone what a bat mitzvah is if people don't know? Hi, everyone. By the way, my name's Tamar, and we're speaking with Shaina. And this is a series every week hosted by Fab Collab that features women in the arts. So, okay, that's just a quick background. But tell us, what is a bat mitzvah?
Bat mitzvah is a Jewish ritual to celebrate a girl becoming a woman. And it happens when a girl is 12 or 13, which we all know doesn't make you a woman, but it's, based in...
Your body becomes a womanish.
Your body becomes a woman, and it's based in religion, but like the culture has adopted it as well. So I had my bat mitzvah at Habanim Synagogue, and my coach was a singer, so we just like sang, and I started learning all the songs more and be like, okay, well, you're just going to do the entire service. So I ended up doing.
That's awesome.
And then I was like, oh, I think I like singing. I think I'm good at it. So then my parents, and it went from there. And then of course my singing teacher had a friend who was starting a youth theater group, right. And so her friend contacted her, was like, do you have anyone who could audition for Cinderella, this musical?
Oh, no way.
Girl.
Cinderella. Yes.
Fairy godmother so bad. I was like, this is my role. I'm going to be the fairy godmother.
Oh my God.
Cinderella.
You look like Cinderella. I could see that.
It wasn't like, oh my God, and then the show like went to Broadway. No. But I fell in love with it and like realized I had some talent for it, and then it was just kind of like.
That's so interesting that your bat mitzvah, this like coming of age ceremony, actually like led you on the trajectory of your life.
Wow, I never thought about it in that way, but you're absolutely.
Yeah, the turning point. Yeah, that's wild. That's so cool. Okay, so theater and singing took over your life.
Totally. And then in like when like my father passed when I was in grade 9, and it really helped me. Like I wasn't at an age where I could process that, and it being like music and theater and sitting in my emotions in that way and being able to be seen in that really helped me process that. And then I just love.
Wow. Yeah, because it's very loud in the community. I remember that it affected the whole dance community for sure in Toronto. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I want to just tell everybody here that Shaina is like producing this crazy ass web series
that you are
kind of well, I'm in it. I'm in an episode. What episode is it? 6?
Episode
5. Okay I haven't seen it, but I know it's gonna be bomb.
You're in the Briss.
I'm in the Briss, obviously. Okay, we'll get there, but I feel like the web series incorporates like so many elements of your life that all tie in, and I kind of want to like touch on all of them and then get to the web series. Right. You know what I mean? So we've gotten into singing and theater. Like ready to go. You're like, I'm ready for this. So in the actually, can you just give us like a brief overview of the web series, and then I want to like sort of touch on each of like, there's a few elements in there.
So it's called Less Than Kosher, and it's a comedy drama musical that is about a failing pop singer whose life is an absolute mess. She's a mess. She's rebelled from her Jewish family, and a series of events force her to come and live in her mother's basement. And she falls into this job as a cantor at a synagogue, like the most cantor, completely ill-equipped, but she has this this affinity for it. She has this kind of like magic. When she starts singing the music, it's magical, and it really affects people. But she comes from this electro pop background, so the music isn't like Avinu Malkeinu the way you hear it in synagogue, or it's droned or whatever. It's like big and bold, and there's electro pop in the background, and sometimes there's we brought in like so many different musical influences, so it's this like smorgasbord of stuff,
which is perfect for the city and for you, I think. You know what I mean?
Story of like how it's like a coming back home story, how to get back home to as an adult with all of your own, you know, all of what you've learned, all of what you're struggling with. And it really is Jewish culture for someone in our generation, where it's like, how does my contemporary life, my contemporary outlook fit with this very traditional culture? Like, how?
Very good question. Do you know the answer yet?
On liberal synagogue? I don't know.
So I kind of want to like know like which, you know, there's so many awesome elements in this web series, and I've been thinking like so much over the past year that we've been talking about it, you've been telling me about it, like which of these elements are like kind of like your life and which are like totally invented, you know what I mean? And how did you bring them together? Because I can't tell where the blend begins and where the blend ends. It's so cool.
Hard.
You know?
I mean, part of what helped me make it not just my life is that I have a creative partner. His name is Michael Goldlist. Right. And we created the show together. I remember I watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I remember turning off the first season, and I was like, oh, you can tell really Jewish stories in a really commercial way. You know what I mean? Like, you can make TV about Jewish stories where it's not like about the Holocaust or...
Right. Or also about the Holocaust.
Yeah, it's not about the Holocaust, you know? Or it's not like making fun of the Jewish best friend either, you know?
Right.
Or it's just playing non-Jewish parts. Like, it can be my experience of being a Jew. So I had this idea because, okay, let's go back. So that after that bat mitzvah, that rabbi who did my bat mitzvah, named Eli, and he's the rabbi at Habonim, Eli Rubenstein. He runs like March of the Living, and he's a really amazing man. He kind of recruited me to come be this part-time cantor at Habonim. So he needed someone to fill in for weddings.
Okay, so the cantor part in the web series where you are the star and the producer, the cantor part is based a little bit on reality.
Totally.
So you were asked to be a cantor. Okay, can you tell us what a cantor is, though, please?
Right. The way I like describing a cantor is the one-person gospel choir of a synagogue. Like, when they're good, that's what they feel. No?
Brilliant. I'm borrowing that description. The one-person gospel choir of a synagogue. My mom says, Shaina, I'll take you over Mrs. Maisel anytime. More Shaina, less Mrs. Maisel. Obviously. And my dad's on here too. Hi, Dad. Hi, Leah. Yes, the delicate. Oh, yeah, Less Than Kosher. Actually, can you write that, Leah? Leah's our co-host. The name of the show, Less Than Kosher. Maybe you can write that.
It'll be out this year.
When this year?
Not sure yet. We're still in post-production. We're aiming for like late spring, but it depends on post-production.
Oh, so exciting. Oh my God. But we also posted in our stories and all, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Leah. We also posted in our stories and all our Fab Club Facebook, all our platforms on Facebook, we posted the link to the trailer. So go watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's also on all your things.
Anymore. I'm like,
oh, well, we posted it. Go check it out. Okay. So cantor, you were asked to be a part-time cantor.
And it was funny because I was like, Ellie, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I had that one bat mitzvah, which was great, but like, I don't speak Hebrew. I don't read it anymore. I did when I was 12. I haven't done it since I was 12. I don't like, I've never read the Torah. I don't know this stuff. Like, there's converted Jews who know way more than I do. I'm
right,
like,
because they actually study.
Yeah. You know, identity.
You're like, I'm just born like this. Now what do I do?
I'm born like this. Yeah. And he was like, it's fine. You're a performer. You're a singer.
That's so awesome.
So I like sing. For years I've been like singing at weddings off of transliteration. And
Yeah, that's all right. I'm sure it's good.
yeah, it works. He asked me to fill in for him and read like and do Torah study with these kids who are going to birthright, and I was like, Ellie, I have no idea what I was doing, but I'm a performer, so we just like chatted about the concepts and then I improvised.
Nice.
And luckily,
I'm sure more people do that than you think.
Oh, I'm sure. And luckily, it's a synagogue where like the portion he was relating it back to abortion and was like
Wow.
very supportive of abortion and like of women's rights and stuff. So I'm lucky that I've had experience, but with someone who I can like really get behind his values. You know, like once we were at a wedding and he was like, "Do you believe in God?" And I had this like, "Oh shit," I'm having this conversation with the rabbi, and he's like, "I really don't care either way. Just want to know for like who I can refer you to so that you can sing for other people. Because certain synagogues, if you don't believe in God, they're not going to want you."
That's so interesting. It's like, by the way, can I put this on your resume?
Totally. Believes in God, does not believe in God.
Yeah, yeah. But I do like how in Judaism that's a question.
Totally. And that's one of the things I love about Judaism is that like it's all about, you know, debating it out and having those conversations and not everyone having the same opinion. You know, it's not like follow because I say so. It's like, let's talk about it for 10 million years.
But sometimes that method of living gets me in a little bit of trouble. I'm like, let's debate all your beliefs in life.
Yeah, why?
Yeah. What do you mean? They're not beliefs, they're reality. Anyway. Okay, we digress. So you brought the cantor element into the web series. I love that. And what else are you? You're a singer.
I'm a singer.
Cantor. Electro pop.
Yeah.
What about that element?
And I am as well. My band is called Ghost Caravan. I started with like a folk band, and then I moved into this like weird, it's not really weird, electro pop, soul. I kind of throw in whatever I'm really feeling in the moment.
It's only weird if you're like a purist folky.
Exactly.
We don't know any of those. Just
oh.
But not referring to our mothers in the least. But because I know my mom's But okay, so tell us about Ghost Caravan. Then Ghost Caravan is Shaina's awesome band that I first saw her and reconnected after many years. So tell us, what is Ghost Caravan?
It's so it's kind of like a solo project that I bring in a whole group of people. So for a while I was performing with the same 3 women, which was I definitely try and work with women for sure. That's just where I thrive. And also, I feel like there aren't enough just like all female bands. The people I'm performing with now, I am performing with some men and some women, but it shifts based on like where the music's going.
Right. That's cool.
And I have an EP coming out in spring, a show and an EP. And that's what I'm really excited about. Ironically,
spring is going to be happening for you, Shaina. Hey. What? Taking over the world. Oh my God.
Actually, I worked with the same producer, so like music producer for both the Lesson Kosher and for Ghost Caravan, because we met with Caravan, and he's so great. His name's Joe. He lives in Bristol, England, and we have never met in person. Like
that's wild.
Zoom.
Wild.
Never in person.
Crazy.
And I've done an EP with him, the Lesson Kosher album, and also like half of my first Ghost Caravan album that was released in 2018. So that's the other thing. Is on Spotify and Apple Music. Go check out the last album before you listen to the new one in a few months.
Ghost Caravan. Maybe Leah, you can type that in there because Ali's on a plane. Ali usually does our typings, but he's on a plane. So why is it called Ghost Caravan?
So my manager and I were like, there's this new project that we're developing for my music project, and like we weren't sure of a title, so we like came up with all of these crazy names, and this is the one that stuck. And it's a bit dark, but I've always kind of felt like I have a lot of ghosts, like quite literally, you know, like my father died when I was young. Father and my uncle died right before that, the year before that. And so like death from a young age has always been a big part of my life in a traumatic way, but also in a beautiful way. So I always feel like the ghosts of people, and the ghosts of my experiences are around me like this caravan, and we're, you know,
Wow.
we're plodding through life. So it's quite a deep metaphor, even though the music is often quite like fun and happy. But I do like with the project to talk about some dark or deep feelings in a light way. You know, like I never like to weight it down, but let's have fun and have a beat behind this. But like, I'm actually talking
But I'm
about
bringing all my ghosts with me.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
stage. Wow. Thanks for telling us that. How does that, not how, that's assuming a lot, but does that, come into play in Less Than Kosher at all? Like, how do you bring Ghost Caravan into the series?
Well, I mean, I think the music is very influenced by it because I worked with the same producer.
Right.
I'm seeing like ancient Hebrew prayers and songs, but in as if like Ghost Caravan released them, you know?
Cool.
In a way.
That's so awesome.
Preference. So when we go into music, we're kind of going into her head, into her experience.
Right.
So she orchestrates it in her head the way we might hear on the radio now. You know, it brings our contemporary zeitgeist of pop and R&B and electro, and then brings this like ancient Hebrew music and updates it and makes this weird mashup. But I'm very excited.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Can you describe just for fun the scene that you asked me to be part of?
Yeah.
Hold on, just want to pause. For those of you joining, my name's Tamar. We're talking with Shaina today about all her life and art and career, and particularly her web series that is coming out in the spring, maybe. So stay tuned. It's called Less Than Kosher. So here we go. So can you tell me this? You called me up and you're like, hey, I need you to be in this scene. And this is what you said.
I was like, okay, what, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I explained the web series to her, and I said there's this one episode where the lead character and the romantic interest essentially do mushrooms, and the night before, and then the morning, they both have to go to this bris, and his father's the rabbi. She has to sing at the bris, and she's still high.
Wait, a bris is when explain a bris.
So a bris is like the ritualistic circumcision, basically, like a few
days 8 days old of the baby boy.
Right. Yeah. And it usually in Judaism like happens in the person's house. The rabbi,
and the whole family comes.
Yeah. And there's breakfast and like it's this thing.
The party.
It's so surreal. But characters are still tripping on mushrooms because they didn't take like, a little dose to feel sparkly. They took a lot. They're both going through some shit. So so she starts singing, the character Viv, my character, starts singing the prayer, and she hallucinates a female ancestor singing in Ladino, and like doing this dance, bringing her on this blood ritual. And it's like surreal and hilarious and ironic and weird, but also really effing cool. And I was like, there's literally no one but Tamar who can do this.
You're like, can you dance with like some veils and like be really intense and like just be like my ancestor from like 1,000 years ago and like sing? And I'm like, yeah, obviously. What else would I do? Wait, basically, I just realized I'm your ghost. I'm your ghost. Oh, shit. And I'm also a ghost from your childhood past. Oh my God, this is getting crazy. I'm gonna be thinking about the Ghost Caravan for like the rest of my life. It's there now. It's in, or it's over. Oh my God. Okay. So, what other elements, or what are we missing in Less Than Kosher? Because I haven't seen all the episodes. I don't know all of them. Right. But what other elements of your life have you brought in and sort of modified?
I mean, it's interesting because the character is not me, like at all.
That's so cool.
Fun to play is because she's quite a rebel, and I'm quite scared of being a rebel. So she's like quite freeing in a way. She's also a mess. Like she's absolutely a mess. Her relationship with her family is really fraught, especially with her mother. And she's falling for this guy who's married. Like there's a whole thing.
Right.
But there are certain elements of her life that are similar to mine. Like her father has died, and and she like really she processes a lot of her life and figures a lot out through music, and that's up. And same for me, sometimes I try and move away from it. I'm like, no, music could take a back seat, and then I start don't do it for a while, and then I sing, and it's just like, oh, my heart on a platter, you know.
You're like, no, I can't.
No,
never mind
that at all tomorrow. Yeah, so there's that. And it's interesting because Michael and I both, like, Ash is the male lead and he's the romantic lead, and Michael, who wrote it with me, we kind of joked that like Viv is a foil for me and Ash is a foil for him, and we are like very different, but he's like family. He's like my like my cousin or my brother or something. Like we fight and then we like create, and it's like he's an amazing creative partner. But like there's certain things about ourselves that we infuse in the characters intrinsically because we wrote it, right?
Right, yeah, of course.
Even if we're like, I'm writing this character that is completely separate from me, there's nothing the same, it comes from me. So
it's also you acting the role, so it's like impossible to not be you a little bit, right?
Acting the role, it's my face, it's my voice, it's my
right
expression.
yeah
But
it's so cool. I'm so stoked. I'm so impressed with all the work that's being put into this, because even just writing an Ontario Creates application is like a freaking year, you know?
Yeah. We got proud that we got to the biggest grants for digital film creation, IPF.
That's incredible. That's so much work.
So much work.
I'm so fucking impressed.
Indie film, but like at least we had the money to make it,
and you did it in that COVID window where you're like, everyone create everything now, quick, do it.
Totally. And like a year and a half of theater work when the pandemic hit, literally a year and a half of theater and touring work booked back to back.
I know.
And it went down the drain.
Oh, so, hi Abla from Seville. She was on here last week. Beautiful, beautiful singer. Oh my goodness. Hi, singer meets singer. Oh, yay. Okay, so I want to ask you, like, if like where, because you have an EP, both an EP coming out in like late spring, right, for your project Ghost Caravan as a singer, and you have your first web series.
Yeah. Oh, I've never written scripts.
So stoked. So cool. Coming out in hola mi amor, and coming out in the spring also. So that's massive. What do you hope is going to happen with these two projects? What's your ideal trajectory?
That's a hard one because I can
put it out there.
Put it out there. I mean, I find when I get wrapped up in external industry stuff, it's detrimental. Like, I want this EP to
yeah.
You know, like I can't control that.
No, but like, I guess let's ask more specific questions. Like, do you want to tour that EP? You know, are you going to create like the second round of the web series? Like, what's the next steps for them? I guess better.
So I mean, I just really effing want people to like it. like connect to it and feel like, oh, this is people who are Jewish be like, oh yeah, I relate to that experience. I see my and other people to like learn something about that experience and connect to it. Actually, that's my experience too. Who knew? And I enjoy it and think it's cool. I mean, ideally, it would lead to either a second season or remaking the first season as like a full so act as like a proof of concept and remake it as a series. You know,
like pitch it to CBC Gem maybe, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pitch it because a lot of those places like CBC Gem has digital series too.
Yeah, true.
But it might also it might be enough. It might live there. Hopefully we've created something that's really great and it's like it lives. And then, I mean, the other great thing that could come of it that I'm like, yes, this is an amazing trajectory, as well as that it's like a proof that this team can create something amazing. And then we get funding to create our next thing, our next idea, our next inspiration.
Do you have it already? You have the idea?
I have a few ideas.
I'm sure you do. All right, we'll save it for next interview. Little dangle there.
Little dangle. The EP, I love playing live. Absolutely. Would love to tour it. I would really love to play like sync. I would really love to place a bunch of it in film and TV.
Cool.
I think that would be great. And
That's neat.
yeah, it's interesting with the pandemic. I love performing live, absolutely. But it also made me realize how much energy that takes and how I really don't want to just like perform live every other day because I can. Like I really want to
Mm.
it so that I can also have the energy to create and
Mm-hmm,
run
mm-hmm.
things. So I'm kind of being more intentional with what I do live.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's not always worth it to go to your house for that thing. Yeah.
And I did that, right? Like in my 20s and especially early 20s, I did the like, I will play every gig. You're giving me a bowl of soup? Great. I will come and I will sing. And now I'm a bit more like, there's a 22-year-old who will do that for you. Like,
Yeah. I'm writing a next web series.
yeah.
That's awesome. The pandemic, I found like it filtered a little bit, that kind of stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the really meaningful stuff sort of has come through
Yeah.
and
Totally.
stayed. That's cool.
Same
Okay.
with, I feel like in the pandemic, certain relationships have really just waned.
Yep.
And that they just weren't close, and then other ones have really strengthened, and then others have come back into my life, like you. Like I feel like the pandemic brought you back to me.
I know. How somehow magic.
Magic.
The ghosts brought us together. A weird mushroom trip at the Brit. That'll do it. No, I'm joking, Mom. Yeah. Anyways, okay, guys, welcome for those of you just joining. This is Shaina. She's an incredible artist, producer, singer, dancer, actress, you name it. She's in California right now. I'm clearly in Toronto. That's Toronto right there.
I'm in the desert. I'm not even just in California. I'm like,
whatever. So awesome. So before I ask you for a grand finale, is there anything that we've missed or that you want to like comment on or that like we haven't touched upon that you really want to get across? Or oh yeah, my mom was assuming I was joking off. I've never been to a Brit. No, I'm joking.
no,
joking.
I know. I feel like our generation, so your mom is named Judy, my mom is named Judy. I'm in this touring musical, which I'll tell you guys about in a sec. And there's 5 cast members. It's a very Jewish thing. 3 of us are actually Jewish, and all of our mothers are named Judy, and we're all like in our 30s. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I know a few others too. I'm going to add to that pool.
Anyways.
Sure, why not? Jess's mom is named Jessica, the violinist. Her mom is Judy too. Yep. We should make a club.
We should make a club, the Judy Mom Club.
Yeah. Done.
Jessica's a brilliant violinist who is my violin coach because I play as well, not as well as her. And in your band, and she's amazing.
And plays with all the Fab Club Women in Song shows.
Yeah.
And she was a featured Fab Club Women in Song artist. Yeah, so that's a cool connection. Another Judy Mom Club. Okay, so tell us about this touring musical before I ask you to do something. Everyone stay tuned.
It's called Old Stock, A Refugee Love Story. It's written by Hannah Moscovich, who's a brilliant Canadian playwright and TV writer, actually.
Cool.
Absolutely. She just won the Governor General's Award.
You know.
For No Big. And the music, so it's like this theater play concert hybrid. And the music is written by Ben Kaplan, who's also a big folk artist. Jewish, it's like rides this line of folk and klezmer. And it tells the story. It's essentially about how do you love after war? How do you love after trauma? And it's the story of 2 Jewish Romanian refugees coming to Canada to escape the pogroms in Romania in the early 20th century. But it's also musical. So there's like scenes between the 2 of them. And then we have this full band. And it's like probably the play that is like the closest to my heart that I've ever done.
What's it called?
Old Stock, A Refugee. We were supposed to tour it, like we were supposed to go to China, Washington, like all over. And we're picking up the tour in the summer. We're going to be in Hamilton at Theatre Aquarius, and then we will be in Toronto later in the fall. And we'll be in Washington, all over the place.
Nice. I'm going to see you.
And I play violin.
Nice. That's awesome. I used to play violin as a kid. Why not? Go for it.
It was like
if you have Jess as a coach, you're good.
Jess, the best was Jess. I brought the music to Jess, and she was, I hadn't coached with her before, and she was like, sorry, you have to get this song to 150 BPM. Cool. And like she just freak me out because I was playing it at like 70, and then I worked my way there. She's like, I thought it wasn't gonna happen, but like,
she's way too honest. I love it.
I want all of my students to be actors. I was like, we're committed because there's pressure. Someone's gonna be watching us.
Totally. That's so awesome. Okay, well, I won't ask you to play violin, although you can.
I don't have one, so it's impossible.
You got out of that one easy. But I do really, really want you to sing or read something. Like what do you want to do for us today?
I'm gonna sing Avinu Malkeinu, which is like a traditional prayer, but with the backing track that we use.
Nice. You're basically gonna be yourself. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm just gonna plug you once more, guys. This is Shaina. Those of you who don't know her or do know her, but if you do know her, maybe you don't know that she's gonna release 2 things in the spring. Oh my God, a new EP, Ghost Caravan, go check it out, and a new web series, co-written, co-produced, co-starred in by Shaina herself. It's called Less Than Kosher. It's pretty badass. I'm in the 5th episode, just saying. And a crazy blood scene dancing. Yeah. I haven't seen it. So when it comes out, let's all premiere it together and have a watch party. Just gonna put that out there.
Totally.
Right?
Let's just, okay, let's do this. Disclaimer, it's like 9 in the morning here, and
yeah.
So.
Best time to sing, obviously.
Oh, and the violin on this track is Jess.
Ah, perfect. Where is this girl when we need her? Hold on, let me send her this in live interview while we're talking. There she is. I just sent it to her. Maybe she'll get it in time to hear herself.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we're good.
Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu V'Hanenu, V'Yenu Masi. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu V'Hanenu, V'Yenu Masi. Haseimanu, Tzedakah v'chesed. Haseimanu, Tzedakah v'chesed, v'hoshienu.
Woo! Yeah! 9 in the morning, Shaina, killing it. Woo! Oh my God. Yes, thank you so much. That was so awesome.
If you want to hear it warmed up, go watch the trailer for our series.
No way, live is way better. Live is always better. Live is real. I love it. Thank you so much. Guys, go follow Shaina. Go check out all her awesome projects. Don't miss the premiere of Less Than Kosher because I'm so stoked. Not because I'm stoked, but because it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Both.
All of them. Shaina, any last words? Anything we missed? What do you want to say?
No, I'm just so happy to be here chatting with you and happy we've reconnected and this platform exists. And yeah, I can't wait to share it all with everyone.
Awesome. Well, the interview will be here. You can watch the whole thing. And next week, we are interviewing, Leah, our co-host, is going to be interviewing Stefania Voloshin, a dancer here in Toronto. And she sings with Lemon Bucket Orchestra and Blisk. And she has a multitude of dance backgrounds. So come check her out next week. And yeah, we're here every Thursday, 12 Toronto time, 12 p.m. Toronto time. And go check us out at FabCollab Live or fabcollab.ca. And follow Shaina for everything. And have a beautiful day. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much, Shaina. So awesome to talk to you.
Guys.
Bye.